And now another reading from the private journal of Bill the Vampire, in his own words, aka the free will of vampire legend. Everything here was written personally by Bill Ryder, compiled from his personal Facebook page. But first, a word from Bill the Vampire. Thanks, Fetherolf. So, here's my weekly segment called, Hey, look at this asshole. This week's asshole, Joseph Brassey. He's a third-year student at Hogwarts. He's also the ballmaster on the Quidditch team, if you know what I mean. He wrote some books you should check out. You know, typical fare. Space dragons and people fighting with swords on Jupiter, floating cities, that sort of thing. It's pretty sick-ass cover art, too. I mean, I might buy him just for that. And now another reading from Bill's private journal. Part 7. Taking Forrest into the Forest. June 5th, 2013. What a fucking week. Went out to grab dinner with Ed and got a frantic phone call from Tom. He got home to find our superintendent getting his hand chewed off by Bitey. Guess nobody ever told him not to pet really strange animals. Seems he finally decided to show up and fix the AC in our apartment, about fucking time. Pity he decided to do it when we weren't home. So we raced back to find the guy freaking the hell out in whatever language he was screaming at us in. So I did the only thing that came to mind. Punched him out until we could figure out what the fuck to do. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to call Sally. I have a feeling this is going to be one of those conversations. June 6. Okay, so I managed to drag our super over to the office before daybreak. No thanks to Sally, who pretty much just laughed her ass off when I told her what happened. He woke up just a little while ago and, well, I don't know. He's acting kind of odd, even for a vampire. Thinking maybe the human to guinea pig back to human transmission of whatever makes us vampires kind of got fucked up in the translation. June 8. Why is it fucking sunny out? It was supposed to rain all goddamn weekend. Where's that freaking tropical storm they promised? Great. My parents are coming up today, and I'm sure they'll be just a little curious as to why I'm covered up like I'm about to rob a bank. Add James to the mix and my building superintendent, the fucking rat king of Manhattan, and maybe this is a blessing. Maybe I should just open the blinds and finally get myself a tan. The only way this could get any better is... No, I'm not going to say it. Fate hates me like that. June 9. Well, yesterday was about as fucked up as you'd expect. Some highlights. Me slathered in sunscreen and wearing a wide-brimmed straw hat. It was either that or a ski mask. Looking like some extra from Fantasy Island. Ran into a few of the coven after dark, and now my dad is thinking I'm part of some New Age commune, thanks to all the free will references. And then I had to watch my parents bond with my friend James from college over espressos. And then I got stiff for the bill by them all. Then there was a half-assed assassination attempt on James from some suspiciously French-speaking vampires. I had to try to explain that to my mom and dad. Oh, and Mom was wondering when I was finally going to settle down with a nice girl like Sally. Fuck it. It's sunny out and I'm holed up at home with a couple of pints of blood and 2 liters of vodka. I drink to forget. June 10th. Headed over to the coven this evening because I was bored. Walked in to find Sally throwing raisins and my super scampering after them. Walked right back out. Think I'm going to peruse Craigslist and see if there are any apartments for rent nearby. June 12th. Still trying to figure out what to do with Jorge the Amazing Rat Pyre, my ex-super. But first things first. Or worst things worst. Got a call from Colin. Guess who's expected to head up the investigation into that assassination attempt against James this past weekend? Great. Now I get to play fucking Hawaii 5-0. Except in New York City. June 13th. Okay, I'll admit it. I have absolutely no idea what to do with this fucking investigation. The attack lasted all of 2 seconds. 2 vamps jumped James. I distracted my parents with a quick, "Hey, will you look at that?" in the opposite direction. By the time I turned back, there was nothing left of the two master killers but dust blowing in the wind. Hell, at this point, they've probably long since been washed into the gutter. Problem number 2, if it's a weaker vamp doing this, they aren't a threat to James. If it's a stronger vamp, then Colin already made it very clear that I can't accuse anyone past a certain age without absolute proof, lest I insult their fragile egos. I know, it was the man with one arm. That always works. June 17th. So far, I have managed to narrow down my investigation to everyone who was in the city last week. Oh, fuck it. I'm pretty sure we were near a French restaurant when it happened. Sounds like Francois' M.O. to me. Mystery solved. Gonna go play video games now. June 18th. Got a call from Colin tonight. He immediately started ranting about something, so I put the phone down, used the bathroom, then went into the kitchen to make myself a sandwich. When I got back, he was still going at it. Gotta admire that kind of stamina. Eventually, I picked it up again and said, "Yes, I understand," then hung up. Yeah, I'm courteous that way. Gonna assume he was just calling to congratulate me on a job well done. June 19th. Recruiter. I have a program position that I think would be perfect for you. Me. Sure, let's hear it. Recruiter. There's a startup downtown called Iconic Efficiencies. It has an opening for me. Click. Yeah, it's going to be one of those days. June 20th. Yesterday evening, I called up this coven in Newark, New Jersey that we're friendly with and asked them to make a visit to my ghostwriter. I've been a little concerned lately, mainly because he seems to be writing about stuff that doesn't involve me, which basically fucks me out of royalties. Not that I expect his other shit to sell. Sally, of course, amended my orders to suggest they lean on him a little. But that's okay. I mean, he only needs one hand to type, after all. Just got a call from Author Monkey. Apparently the assholes tried to negotiate their own book deal. Motherfuckers! And this is why I hate New Jersey vampires. Maybe I should just give up and hire a lawyer of my own, rather than keep asking Tom to read over my contracts. June 29th. So much for my building's ex-superintendent. I was hoping he'd get over his, rodent-inspired condition. Just learned that's not the case. Sally caught him gnawing on the leg of her desk. It didn't end well for him. Great! Now who's going to fix the toilet in this place? June 30th. Got a call from my ghostwriter today. He wanted to discuss putting out a new series based on my life, but toned down for kids. Something like William the Friendly Vampire. More and more I question my reluctance to kill humans. July 1st. Bitey has taken to squeaking incessantly whenever I walk into the bedroom drinking a blood pack. Apparently, I am expected to share. I am but a servant to an undead guinea pig. This is what my life is reduced to. July 5th. Well, that was a pain-in-the-ass day. Had to hide out in the sewers until the cops finished sweeping the area. I swear, that's the last time I take a dare from Tom. Many a drink into our little celebration last night, he bets me $20 I can't jump off the roof and land on my feet. As if I were a total noob at this vampire thing. So, long story short, I kind of missed the ground and landed on a car by mistake, freaking the ever-loving fuck out of some passerby. Suckage, they called 911. Double suckage, it was Ed's car. Triple suckage, I owe Tom $20. July 7. I'm stuck with the coven today thanks to Mr. Sun shining in the sky. They're all passed out having gorged themselves on too many leftovers. Bunch of psychos. Fuck it. I'm drawing dicks on all their faces. July 9. Son of a bitch! I can't believe that fuck of a ghostwriter did this. He incorporated me. Without me. Gonna call Colin in Boston and... No, scratch that. Gonna ask Sally to call Colin. At the very least, the Vampire Nation should have that fucking term trademarked. July 11. Wonderful. Just learned that my parents are going down to Atlantic City this weekend with my Uncle Bob and Aunt Cassie. In and of itself, that means nothing. For me, though, that means I'm expected to babysit my 9-year-old cousin, Forrest. Cue the run, Forrest, run jokes. The kid's a fucking punk. Gonna be a long weekend. If the Sasquatches are gonna attack, now would be a mighty fine time. July 13th. So I'm sitting at a fucking ice cream parlor with my dickhead little cousin. Why? Because Tom brought Christy with him and they decided to break in my parents' new jacuzzi. No way in hell was I sticking around to watch that double-double toil and trouble fuckery. When the feet attack humanity en masse, I think I'm just gonna sit back and make popcorn. July 14th. Bad. I kinda smashed my parents' dining room table. A wasp got in the house, landed on it, and I might have forgotten my vampire strength for just a moment. Worse, my douche of a cousin saw it, trying to convince Christy to wipe the little dickhead's memory. I mean, what good is having friends, sorta, with magic if you can't abuse the privilege every now and again? If not, then I fall back on plan B. Convince them I'm a superhero. No idea on what to tell my parents yet about the stupid table. July 15th. The table was easy. I just said I caught Tom and Christy having sex on it. That should be fun, considering my parents know Tom's. Probably not too far from the truth anyway. Who the hell knows what they defiled this weekend? As for cousin Forrest, the little twat keeps texting me, demanding to be taken out on superhero patrol, otherwise he's gonna tell on me. Thinking Christy isn't gonna be willing to erase his mind for me, so perhaps I didn't think this one out as well as I should have. July 16th. Okay, so here's the plan. Invest in a trench coat and dark glasses. Was gonna go with spandex or neoprene, but let's face facts. The dude in Kick-Ass looked like an idiot. Invite my cousin up to go patrolling this weekend. Order the women in the coven to dress up in slutty supervillainous costumes so I can stop them from committing crimes. It solves two problems, Forrest and my need to live out some personal fantasies. God damn, it's brilliant. July 17. So my cousin came up early, just in time for the Justice League, Boston that is, to call and tell me they're sending my ass out to PA this weekend. Apparently there's some feet-related activity. Read, people are getting splattered in the backwoods. And I'm the lucky guy they want to be at the Vanguard checking it out. And I was so looking forward to Sally and Starlight in tight spandex. July 20th. Finally, one bar of service. Spent the night running our asses off all through the backwoods. We found the remains of a camp around 11 p.m. Let's just say the occupants didn't spend their last few moments as happy campers. So what does my fucking idiot of a cousin do? He screams at the top of his lungs, "Come on out so Bill can kick your ass!" Needless to say, they did. Now where the fuck did Ed leave his car? Ed and my cousin, they're both dead. I am alone, and they're coming for me. This will probably be my last post. Remember me as a good person, a faithful friend, and a motherfuckingly awesome ladies man. Yeah, just fucking with you. One Bigfoot did manage to catch up to us, but between Ed's silver shotgun slugs and my taking a page out of Sally's cock-punching handbook, we managed to send the dirty-ass ape packing. Best of all, Forrest now understands that if he opens his mouth about me, the world will end, and it will all be his fucking fault. So saith the mighty free will man. Gah, that sounds stupid. For now, though, I need a long shower to wash the Sasquatch stench off of me. Maybe 6 or 7 shots of tequila, too. What a weekend. Tune in next week for Part 8 of Bill's Private Journal, Bill's Vacation from Hell. So, take your hand off the dial. You're tuned in to the right place. Thank you for listening to The Frequency. Get your freak on.